Chinese virus. Chinese virus.
President Donald Trump is calling the coronavirus the Chinese virus. The label is racially offensive and inaccurately depicts the global nature of the threat. But the more Trump's handling of the public health emergency has been criticized, and the more the economy has faltered, the more the US president has tried to shift the blame. Since criticism of his administration's response has widened, the tendency to shift blame has gone into overdrive. The White House refuses to take responsibilities and attempts to deflect criticism. If anything bad happens, the first instinct is to say it's someone else's fault. Step 1, blame Barack Obama, who left office over 3 years ago. Asked about the lack of coronavirus testing capacity in the US, Trump said,
Take responsibility at all because we were given a set of circumstances and we were given rules, regulations, and specifications from a different time.
Step 2, blame the media. What's your message to scared Americans? A reporter asked Trump on Friday, giving the president an opportunity to offer some reassuring words to the public. But that wasn't the way he went.
What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. Go ahead.
I
think it's a very nasty question, and I think it's a very bad signal that you're putting out to the American people. The American people are looking for answers and they're looking for hope. And you're doing sensationalism, and the same with NBC and Comcast. I don't call it Comcast, I call it Concast.
Step 3, blame other countries. The WHO and even members of the Trump administration have warned against stigmatizing other countries by tagging a location to the virus. This close-up taken by a Washington Post photographer captured an image of a printed copy of Trump's notes, shows that the corona was crossed out and replaced with Chinese. But when asked by a reporter whether the use of the Chinese virus was racist, the president doubled down.
Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause risk. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China. That's why.
This term is fueling a narrative in China about broader American hatred and fear. Asian Americans have reported incidents of racial slurs and physical abuse because of the erroneous perception that China is the cause of the virus. According to this NBC report, State Assembly member Yu Lianniu, who represents New York City's Chinatown, said she's received numerous calls from those in her district reporting incidents of bullying and harassment tied to the pandemic. In this report, she also said she has personally been on receiving end of hateful attacks. There have been people standing there shouting at me, "Corona, Corona, Corona." People have called my office saying, "I eat bats." Since the outbreak started in December, several Asian Americans have reported being targeted by racist hate crimes or incidents. On March 12th, NBC reported that a 23-year-old woman in New York City was hospitalized after another woman allegedly punched her in the face and made anti-Asian slurs. Trump's words also contradict remarks from many officials. The global community recognized this rhetoric for what it is.
It is not a Chinese virus. And to use words like that are disgraceful and is a sort of language that leads to incitement and hatred towards people of Chinese origin.
And after 3 weeks in which Trump has moved from saying the outbreak was hoax to ordering the national emergency, the administration is now claiming other countries are to blame for the mixed messages Americans are receiving. What more can you see when whatever you say hits a stone wall? To China and all those who believe this global crisis calls for unity more than ever, perhaps it's wise to remember it's a wild world out there. Do not go gentle into the good nights.